Rather than just like so many good movies that are interesting on their own merit. You know, it's funny because really Jennifer absorbs the lion's share of she's the one who passes on the movie because I'm already directing something and she wants to do this thing for Save the Children and she wants to be there with the kids and there's only so much of the pie to cut up, you know, and she's been really smart about choosing her projects and doing Dallas Buyers Club or Alexander and the Terrible Day, you know, smart, good movies that luckily have been successful, and then they're not so time consuming that she can't do this work and be there for our kids, which is the most important thing to her. I think, no, it's just like every year. It's like I feel a little bit, well, you know, I think we get into like, oh, well, this is worth that, or you have more than so-and-so, or you can't complain because I put all that stuff out of my mind. You know, there are children in the United States, and my wife has traveled, have been in their homes in Kentucky and West Virginia and the Central Valley of California who who can't speak and they're 4 years old, who can't read until 5 years later than they should, who get no stimuli, who are really suffering. And we recognize that in this country, with our wealth, with our, I think, decency and empathy, we should be taking care, at the very least, of educating all of our citizenry, not only for those kids, but the fact that if we have people that aren't educated in this country, it's just going to decline. And I also think it's important to take care of people who are suffering on a different level, which is like in Eastern Congo, suffering from war and famine and preventable disease, and where maternal health is, you know, non-existent. So 1 in 5 children die before the age of 5. When you have more death and you have more dramatic stuff, and that's really important. And it's also important in this country. And I don't make a value judgment about either.
They're ready.
Well, we really focus. He really works on Eastern Congo Initiative, and I really work on the U.S. programs for Save the Children. And within that, I really work on, getting kids started on the right foot from birth to 5, helping families get their kids up and ready for school and healthy. So that's one part of it. We don't scatter our energy around. And the other is that it's a priority for us. It always has been. And our kids know that. They see it. They understand it. And that's just part of life.
So it's traumatizing for me to come here. I remember travel.
Courage to actually say those things that are true.
I hope that's not what it was. But, the thing about the Bill Maher thing was kind of interesting because I think I was ultimately making almost a kind of a Sesame Street argument. I mean, you don't judge a whole group of people based on the actions of a few. It's a very hot button issue now, and it got kind of contentious, but that's the environment around my dinner table when we would talk politics. So that's sort of what I'm used to. I think I'd rather tell the truth and say what I believe in and make people happy than sort of pretend to think something else and accommodate them and try to be liked. That's just the way it goes, and I don't think I'm any great champion of anything, but if they're going to put me on a show, I'm going to say what I think. There's about early childhood education, where she goes to